the dice stay hot. Let me shoot a 7 with every shot. Viva Las Vegas! Viva Las Vegas! Viva Las Vegas! I'm gonna give it everything I've got. Lady luck, please let the...
Welcome to Vegas Talk Radio, the internet radio show about the news, people, entertainment, opportunities, and events in the best resort and vacation destination and fastest growing city in America, Las Vegas, Nevada. If it's worth your time and money, you'll hear about it here. And now, here's your host, Charlie Bass.
Well, on today's show, we have a very special guest. We have a guy who's coming to town to do one of the most unique art shows you've ever seen, and put unique in the title there because his art is truly unique. His name is Peter Max, and he's coming to town this Friday and Saturday at the Forum Shop Mall. Peter, how are you doing today?
How you doing, buddy? Nice to talk to you again.
You too. So tell me, how did you get involved with moving, I guess, your first studio to Las Vegas?
Well, it's a beautiful gallery. You know, David Haken, who runs the gallery, is an old friend of mine. He used to be the promotion manager for the Moody Blues. And I was always a huge David Haken fan. And one day, he told me he's moving to Las Vegas and he would love to open a Peter Max gallery. Lord and behold, you know, a few months later, he found this great spot on the Forum Shop right by Caesar's Palace. And we opened up this gallery, and we're partners. And it's one of the most successful galleries in the country.
Now, you're based out of New York, so, I mean, moving to or opening a place in Las Vegas is really a stretch for you as far as a different type of venue, but it's a real upscale mall, and I'm sure you do wonderful there.
It's really great. You know, every time I'm there several times a year. Pop in, give them a little support, and, you know, the people are great, and it's just a great place. I mean, so much greater than I even anticipated. I'm so thrilled with it.
Now, your artwork is, and I'm going to call it unique, it's probably the most colorful artwork I've ever seen, and I'm not a real art aficionado, but when I go by your place, I just can't stop staring. I mean, just you look at everything in there. How did you get inspired to do this kind of artwork?
Well, you know, I started, meaning like I painted like photographs, you know, that like Rembrandt,
right?
You know, Da Vinci, Michelangelo. That was like the style I wanted to do. But when I came out of art school, to my big surprise, everybody would say to me, you know, galleries, including art directors at ad agencies, everywhere. I was looking for work. I wanted to get started. After 7.5 years of work, they all said to me, Peter, this stuff is amazing, but if we need realism, we just get photography. I just came out at the wrong time. All these big photographers became famous. Avedon, Scavullo, Irving Penn. These were all the big guys. And I used to sketch on the side stuff that wasn't realism. And one day an art director discovered it. He said, what is that in your portfolio? And I told him, like, oh, this is nothing. No, don't even look at it. He says, no, let me see it. And believe it or not, it became the artwork that became the signature of my work today. You know, Life magazine did an 8-page cover story afterwards. Ed Sullivan did a 1-hour TV special. Johnny Carson had me on 3 times. And just because of this artwork that I never even thought was fit to show other people because it wasn't realistic. It was stars and planets and cosmic jumpers. It was really my own fantasy.
Right.
And I really realized that what was bigger than what I was trained in was what I seriously loved in my heart, which was the cosmos and all of that kind of stuff. And that's what got me to, you know, get notoriety. I still today sometimes I can't believe, you know, how big it has gotten. You know, at the studio today with 105 people. It's unbelievable.
Now, how did you get hooked up with Johnny Carson and Ed Sullivan and all these guys? I mean, as a young artist,
you know what happened? The art director started using my work. I started winning awards. The first year I won 4 awards. The second year I won 66 gold medals.
Wow.
In 3 different, you know, and every major art director knew about me. And suddenly Life magazine did a 1-pager on me. 4 months later did a 2-pager on me. And then about 6 months later did an 8-pager. And then to my surprise, it was a cover story. And, you know, they used to do always cover stories of people like Eisenhower and Einstein and Churchill. I never thought that I would warrant that. I never thought I would get that cover. Even though they said to me, you're going to be in the cover, I kind of didn't believe it. But when it came out, there it was. Hippie with long hair, with my big smile, my mustache, and there was in the cover of Life magazine with all my stars around me. And I was kind of in disbelief, and it never stopped now. It's been 35 years, man.
That's amazing. I mean, to have a career, to be riding on this wave of the popularity you've had for all these years, and to still have the interest to continue to make it grow, which is very exciting. Now,
yeah, it's very, very exciting, and I get to do wonderful things, too. You know, we do 1,200 charities a year. I do lots of animal rights and ecology things. You know, when Al Gore just came out with that amazing film.
Right.
You know, and, you know, the Clinton group, you know, Bill Clinton, they're all doing ecology. I'm joining forces with all these people, or they're joining with me, because this is like, you know, Peter Max, the artist, I draw and paint cosmic images, and I have museum shows all over the country. But Peter Max, the man, it's all about ecology, saving wildlife, saving rainforests, saving animals. That's what I am about, really. I mean, you could wake me up in the middle of the night and I'm ready to go.
Well, the rumor has it that not only do you paint on canvas, but you also paint on objects. I understand you're going to be rolling out a piano. Is that correct?
Yeah, I painted a beautiful Baldwin piano that the first one, Ringo Starr took on tour, and he was so excited he actually came to visit me, hung around almost a full day with me. What a sweet guy. I've known him for maybe 15, 20 years. You know, I've known all the Beatles. I never knew the Beatles as the Beatles. I always knew them as individuals.
Right.
And I'm still very close friends with Paul McCartney, and of course, losing George Harrison was very horrible,
right.
And also John Lennon. But they were all good friends of mine. You know, I styled the Yellow Submarine way back. I gave it the look, the style for the great Al Brodax.
Right.
But after I painted this beautiful piano for Baldwin and gave one to Ringo Starr, I'm now doing another one for this amazing genius piano player. His name is Chick Corea. Everybody knows him, right?
Oh, absolutely.
He's fantastic.
He's been around forever, too.
Forever, and I just love him. He just played in New York. We went to see him. What a creative guy. What a creative human being.
Now, is that piano is going to be here in Las Vegas? Is that true?
The piano, there's a brand new piano now in Las Vegas at my gallery show. You know, this weekend, I'm going to be there from 6 to 9, and I'm going to be on Sunday, I think, from 1 to 4, if I'm not mistaken. And, you know, we're going to unveil a brand new piano. And also people can go to Barnes & Noble Borders, get my best-selling art book. I've got a book. It's the best-selling art book in America of the last 20 years. Such a great book. It's called The Art of Peter Max. So people bring it to the gallery. I'll be glad to sign it with a little doodle. Or people can go on petermax.com and just see exactly where I'm going to be in case they forget.
So when if you're coming into town on this Friday night, we're 6 to 9, you see this big line of people outside, out the hallway down the Forum Shops. You know they're in line to see Peter Max. Now I assume.
Hey, maybe I'll get confused and stand on line, right? Hey, to go and meet me.
That would be a little bit redundant, I would imagine. So tell me, where do you see yourself going from here? I mean, you've reached the top.
Well, you know, people ask me. I really don't know. You know, I go sort of from moment to moment. You know, I put my brushes against canvas, my pen against paper, and I just let it happen. And you know, and it all evolves around a moment of creativity. I could tell you one thing: if you stood behind me and watched me paint, let's say 4 by 5 foot canvas, and you stood behind me for an hour and a half, and if you were surprised as to what came out, I can just assure you that I was just as surprised. When I was much younger, I kind of carried my my images in my mind, and I tried to paint them later. Now, my whole idea is like, have no idea, Max. No idea. Just start working. All I come to the canvas with is enthusiasm to paint.
And do you at least come in with colors in your mind and go from the colors?
Yeah, the colors happen as I, you know, I've got 70 colors in front of me, and I just pick and choose them, and I just do them. I do the whole thing as it happens, and I surprise myself. I like to be in perpetual surprise at my work. It's such a nice feeling, creatively.
Well, I mean, it keeps the excitement alive because you don't know what you're going to come up with, and it's whatever you move with, I guess, at the time.
Yeah, that's true.
Now, do you come to Vegas very often?
I come to Vegas about maybe 2 times a year, sometimes 3. David Haken, you know, who's got the Forum Shop Gallery, is my partner, and he also just opened up a very successful gallery in Maui. So I love Vegas. I love going there. It's an exciting town, and it's like today is Wednesday, right? We're pre-taping this thing,
right?
And I can't wait to be there.
Well, the weather's absolutely wonderful, so you'll enjoy that when you get here, and I can't wait to meet you.
I can't wait to see you, man.